Pam from Sell Crafts by Pam. This past weekend I went to the Creating Keepsakes Convention in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you the classes that I took and what we did, as well as some of the things that I picked up while I was at the expo. This is my second year at the Creating Keepsakes Convention, and I actually think it's going to be my last year here. I typically look forward to the Scrapbook Expo. I can't say that there's much more that the Scrapbook Expo offers compared to CKC, but I like the location of Scrapbook Expo, the specific one that I go to, which is in Somerset, New Jersey. The location of CKC in Lancaster, I really don't like that location. I always have so much difficulty with finding parking and trying to get to the convention center, and I just feel like it's so much easier to do that at the Scrapbook Expo. And just like at Scrapbook Expo, CKC also offers a swag bag, and the difference is that you pay $15 for a swag bag at CKC, and it comes with a bunch of goodies that were donated from different sponsors of the event. This is the bag for this year, so it says Crafty Chick 2016. And then typically on the back you can see the sponsors. Some of the goodies were kind of cool. Do I think it was really worth $15? Probably not. I'll go ahead and show you what was included. First, there were these glitter stickers from Maggie Holmes. I don't really use stickers, but they are cute. They include some Queen & Company stylish sticks, which I still don't understand the concept of this. I have some in my mixed media cart just for doing some mixed media, like blowing ink and stuff like that on my paper. And Queen & Company also put in these stickers, so they are boy themed, which I don't really use stickers. This might possibly be from Queen & Company as well. They're just little cut out felt flowers. Sizzix included this die set. These are the 4 dies. It's stackable. Sizzix also gave some embossing folders. These were the ones that I got last year. So I got the swirls and this burlap one, but haven't used them. Opened them and organized them, but haven't used them. And this one is the checkerboard. I don't know why it says checkerboard, but whatever. So checkerboard, and this one crackled, so it looks like broken glass. This next thing is a paper pad from Graphic 45. Not a fan of the colors. I feel so negative. I apologize, but I mean, I try to be honest, and at this moment I'm telling you really whether I thought the swag bag was worth the price or not. These are the papers. They are double-sided, so I do like that. 12 Days of Christmas. Okay. So that is kind of appropriate since Christmas is coming up. Keller's Creations threw in 2 papers, Oh Baby for a girl and a boy. Probably not going to use those. I mean, these are for like journaling, and I don't do scrapbooking like that. This was kind of cool. Tombow threw in this dot pattern adhesive, and I opened it and tried it out because I wanted to see really what this was. And here's a promo code if you'd like to use that. If you go to Tombow USA and use CKC30, you can get 30% off your order. Basically, it is a dual function tape runner. It's a stamper and a traditional tape runner. So from what I saw, this little part right here, if you push it down and then push this part down, it basically stamps some adhesive, and you're probably not going to be able to see that, but there it is. And then if you didn't want to use it that way, you could drag it just like you would drag any other type of tape runner. So that's pretty cool. This is from Totally Tiffany, which they make a bunch of organizers. It's called the Monica Buddy Bag, and it's pictured here with photo cards. Also in the bag was a scrapbook page that looks just like the bag. So Crafty Chick Scrapbook Convention 2016, and on the back it says Creating Keepsakes Scrapbook Conventions. Another paper from Keller's Creations. So this is fall themed. One thing I think other than the glue that I was excited about was this Lawn Fawn. I'm stoked that Lawn Fawn got in on being a sponsor, because I haven't seen them sponsor anything yet like that, at least at these conventions. So this is just an insert describing what Lawn Fawn is in case people don't know. There are 12 by 12 papers. This is from the Snow Day collection, which I do have in a 6x6 pad. I got doubles of that paper. And then these are from Pint Size Patterns, Beachside. I believe I have this as well. So I have these. So I guess it's the disadvantage of a brand like that sponsoring is that I already buy all their stuff, so they're not likely to include something that I don't already have. So that was the bag. Again, do I think it was worth the $15? Probably not. Sometimes it's nice to get those because they introduce you to some new products that you probably otherwise wouldn't try or look at. Because I had pre-ordered everything online for my classes and everything, my favorite things was the sponsor this year, and they were giving away a stamp set and an ink pad. So I don't know if the stamp sets varied and if the ink pads varied or if they're all the same thing. But this is the After Midnight Pigment ink, which I probably won't use. I wish it was like a black, but it's actually a dark blue. I just don't use pigment ink. And this clear stamp set is Let's Get Cozy. Here's a make and take that I did. This was by Art Impressions. So it's their slider die. It makes this little mechanism here, and they have the stamps that you can stamp. This is the die, and basically it just creates this part. You have to cut out and create the slider portion that goes in, which I did not like. I'll go ahead and show you the things that I got. I went with a list, so I knew what I wanted to get, and I knew the general prices of everything that I could get online. So if I could get online cheaper, then I did not get it at the expo. And I found that, like, if you really did your research, there were some things at the expo that were actually more expensive there than they are online at some of, like, these other companies like Simon Says Stamp. Like, usually their top price, like their base price, no discount unless you have a coupon code. And I found like some stamp set that I wanted, and it was actually overpriced at the expo compared even to Simon Says Stamp, so I didn't get it. These, I compared the prices to Amazon. This was a little bit more expensive than Amazon, but they had a deal, buy 3, get 1 free. I needed these foam squares anyways, and these were $3 each, which is the same price online. That was on my list of things to get. This I got at some random booth. They had a variety of stuff, and they had just a few neat and tangled stamps. It was like there was one here on this side of the booth, and then there was like another on the other side. So it was weird how it was set up. They were all over the place. But I saw this one, it says, "Let our lives be full of both thanks and giving." So I thought that was appropriate with Thanksgiving coming up. And then it has this little pumpkin. And then nearby they had this festive fall sequin mix, also from Neat and Tangled. So it has like oranges and golds and browns, maroon, purple. So I thought it was a really neat collection of colors, and it does make me think of fall. So I went ahead and I got those. This one I can tell you is from Creating Company. This is a kit that they released, and I actually did not get this at the expo. It was in the mail when I came home. And I'd ordered this from Blitzy and used a 50% off coupon. So the price that they were selling this for at the expo, I paid only half of that plus like a couple dollars for shipping. I'm showing it anyways because they did offer it at the expo. Basically, this is their second little kit that they've created. I'm not sure if their first kit was a shaker kit or not, but you get a sheet of stickers, and it comes with 4 dies. So it has a top for ice cream, the bottom, the cone for the ice cream, bottom of a cupcake, and the top of a cupcake. And for the ice cream, you get these little foam pieces. So you can, use these on your card, cut out the paper that you want to go over top of the foam on the outer edge. And they have these little pops, I think they call them, and you're supposed to insert them into the shaker part. And they have the acetate in here, and it's the size of these. And because I have the dies, I could easily cut the foam out again from some regular foam and just like stack it on top of each other to make it just as thick as this is. You would insert these pops into your shaker part, and there's 7 different colors that they included. So I thought that was kind of cool, and the fact that I could get it for 50% off online, I went ahead and I got that. But I think at the expo it's like $25. It also comes with a set of rhinestones too. So I probably will be doing a video review on this. Creating Company also had these dies available that are made to create a shaker portion for your card. And if you bought one of these, you got this card foam front for free. And you really could just get this and not even have this and make a card. Basically, there's a card base. You've got the foam here, so you would take out these little cut portions. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And then you would lay the acetate, or you'd insert your sequins and stuff inside the cut portions, layer your acetate, and then this is just a die cut chipboard. So you would put your adhesive on the back of this, because I do not think it has adhesive on it. It does not. And then you would top it, and that would be your shaker card. Now the advantage of having this is that you can cut out from any paper you want to put on top of the acetate. And then you can also make more foam pieces to create additional shaker cards. So that is the benefit of having this. But if you just want to create one shaker card and you don't care about having like a white piece on top, then you could just get these, which I think were $3 each. And they have them online as well, because I saw them online before I went to the expo. So I knew I wanted to check them out when I was there. So this one is from Gary M. Berlin and Company. I got quite a few things there that were on my wish list. First, I had some distress inks on my wish list, and normally I don't get the individuals, but because I have pretty much all the kits that I want, there's a few individual inks I want from different kits, but I don't want the entire kits, so I just got the individual colors that I wanted. So these were $3 each. And I got some glitter embossing powder, so I've been wanting this for a while. This one is the gold tinsel from Ranger. Ranger didn't have one, at least not this booth, that was silver glitter. So I went ahead and got this Super Sparkle Silver from Gary's powder. So this is their brand. I picked these up. I have no idea what these are, but basically from what I saw on the back is that it's used to add texture and extra elements to your cards, and it's a little bit thicker than powder. But what I imagined is that if I have a stamp that's a tree, I could put adhesive down on it and then sprinkle this onto the adhesive, and it would give it a real looking look to it, like fall leaves. Then this one I got for snow, and this one is like a dark green, so it's Christmas green. So I thought this could be good for Christmas coming up and just trees in general. So all of this is for stuff coming up. So that's like one of the new products I picked up that I thought would be cool to try. Now this one, in one of my classes, we used this gold ink here. So instead of just getting the whole ink pad, which was $10, I went ahead and I saw this quad pad, and this is $9. And I got 4 different colors. Now how I'm going to use it just to get one ink color, I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, feel free to leave them below. It might be kind of tricky with some larger stamps, but I'm sure there's a way to get it done. We used the gold one in the class. I really liked it. So instead of buying like one of each of the colors I want to try, I thought this would be a little bit smarter of a purchase to try these first, and then if I like them enough and feel like I need, you know, the full ink pad, then I could do that. So on to my classes, and then my last purchases are included with this. I took some classes from Just Right Stamps or something. This first one was called Card Making with Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes, and I've never heard of it, but I saw the pictures for the cards online and thought it'd be interesting to check out the technique and how it was done. These are the cards that we made in class, and you can see that shimmer from the flakes and it's like different colors. And the background, that is the gold ink I was talking about. Isn't that pretty? I thought that was awesome, so I had to get it. This one, we stamped the background with a stamp that they had, and we stamped the butterfly. I stamped it a little bit too much, so there's some parts of it here that are not part of the butterfly. It was part of the stamp. Because we were placing the paper face down on top of the stamp, that's why I got that part. So that was one card that we made. This was the extra card. So instead of making just the two that were advertised, we made a third card. This was another one I did with that same butterfly, and then I put the script going the other way. So this is the second card. This one, this background piece, they already had done for us, and then we did this little piece right here, and then we finished off the rest of the card, and everything was cut up for us. But they also gave us the stamp set, so it's just a small stamp set with a few different sentiments, and they gave us the dies that they use to cut out the pieces for our cards. So instead of us sitting there cutting them out and then bringing die cut machine, they just gave us the dies and the pieces already cut. So that's what you get with the class. And these are the flakes. So I'll show you this one because like you can see them moving around, but basically you use this glue, which I got at their booth, and you apply it to your stamp. Apparently you can only do this with rubber stamps. It doesn't do well with clear stamps. It might actually ruin them. You can do it with rubber stamps, and you put the glue on, then you stamp your image on your paper. We did it where we put the paper on top of the stamp, but I'm sure you could do it other ways. Put the stamp on top of the paper, and then you basically pour some of these flakes onto your paper and use this little mesh pad thing I think Ranger offers, and you basically push the flakes into the glue, and it doesn't smear the glue at all, and it sticks to all the places where the stamp had been. So here you can see it was pushed around, and all the places that weren't actually a part of the stamp, this was a background stamp, did not collect the gilded flake. I thought this was a really, really cool technique. I have the little flakes left over from what we had done, and to apply the glue we used this little foam pad thing from Ranger as well, but I imagine you could use like a makeup sponge or something to apply the glue and it would be cheaper. But I went to their booth because I had to get my free stamp, which I'll show you in a minute, but each class they offered a free background stamp or a clear stamp. I went to their booth and I went ahead and I picked up this Autumn Leaves Gilding Flakes, and I picked out a small glue. They had a bigger one, but I wasn't sure how long I would use this for, so I just went ahead and got what I thought might be enough for this. This is completely full of the flakes, and I thought these were really awesome colors for fall. I thought it would work really nicely with doing a leaf stamp and doing fall leaves. So I have yet to find a leaf stamp. I found one online. I could not find one at the expo that would work. I found clear ones, couldn't find red rubber ones. Once I do, I'll do some fall cards, and I'll also do a technique video on this as well to share with you guys. Then the second class, we did not finish the cards. We just did the part of the cards that we could do where we need the supplies they had there. So this was called Layering Background Stamps, and basically we took a bunch of background stamps and layered them one on top of the other to create these backgrounds for these cards. These are the 3 cards. So they had everything cut out for us, and we used zig markers on acetate, sprayed the acetate, and we used the smushing technique to get the ink onto our paper so you can see the different colors. So this is this card, and so that's gonna go basically like that, and it's supposed to be this card. They gave us the stamp set that we need, so all I have to do now is just ink this up and stamp this and attach everything, then my card will be done. The second card is this pink one in the middle. Same thing, we did the smushing technique. This one is the one we used the gold ink for because you can see how it's a little shimmery. Since we used it in both classes, that definitely sold me on it. But we did the smushing background, we did the script background stamp, and then we did this dot stamp twice, one in this gray color and one in gold. So really we did layer background stamps. Same thing, just have to use a sentiment to finish it off, and then that will be done. And this is the last card, which is the blue one. There's 2 pieces to this, so, and these are watercolor papers. But for this one we used gelatos. So we applied gelatos to the background stamp, sprayed it with some water, and then applied it to the paper. This one is a first generation stamp and this was second generation, so it's a little, the blue is lighter on here. Then on top of that we use a different background stamp on here and an additional background stamp to stamp on here. Both of these are this part of the card, and then that just has to be cut apart and then glued, and then the sentiment here stamped, and then that will be finished. I thought that class was actually pretty fun. I typically don't do like mixed media like that. I have not used my zing markers in that way before. That was fun to do that. Definitely haven't used background stamps like that. I usually just use pattern paper, so it's kind of cool to see what it was like to create our own backgrounds. But definitely would highly recommend that class, and I think that's also being offered at the expo. The Gilding Flakes was not. This one was, so I took this at the CKC, but it is offered at the expo if you want to take that. But this is a stamp set that we got to take. Each of the classes they offered came with a coupon for a free stamp set. So in their booth I picked up this one, which is called Text Background. And so I like how it's like a textbook background. They didn't have the script one. Everybody went and bought that one. But I like this one. I saw some cards and I really liked this background. And the other one I got was the one we used in class, which was the honeycomb background stamp. So we got those two stamp sets for free. That is pretty much it. The only other thing I have here is this is the show guide. And it gives you a map of where all the rooms are for the classes, where all the exhibitors are at the vendor fair, different products that they carry, sponsors that gave free stuff. This is all the classes that they offer, times and where they're located. And then the coupons that they offered online are also in here, so you could cut these out and use them. And here you can see this is a swag bag, so it's $15 with free goodies. But you pay $12 for those goodies and $3 for just the bag, which you can do. You can just get the bag. All these coupons are in here as well. That is my haul, and like I said, this is probably going to be my last time at the CKC convention. I will probably just be saving up and just going to the Scrapbook Expo. That way I don't have to worry about 2 weeks from now where I'm going to get the money to buy some additional stuff and what I'm going to buy, because I don't really need anything. If you like these haul review videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.